Hello, I'm Mark Kozovich. Welcome to W123 World. Why 123 World? I'm going to show you why the W123 is the finest saloon car of the 20th century. Up next. Today we're featuring a W123 for our Mercedes enthusiasts in the United States. This one was shipped over to us by Mr. William Scott Perry for a full overhaul and service. Mr. Perry enjoys really fine engineering and he really loves this 123 series car, which is in blue black metallic. He's also the owner of a fantastic racing yacht from the 1940s, which he carried out major restoration work, including all the teak decks. We've done our bit and we've restored all the wood trim inside his car. We're taking this turbo diesel out today for a road test and a feature in Classic Mercedes magazine with Mr. Martin Buckley, who's the UK's leading journalist and authority on classic cars. We're here today at the Brecon Beacons, overlooking the beautiful River Usk, with Mr. Martin Buckley, and we're looking at the 300 turbo diesel.
I love it. It's a very rare car. I love it in this colour. I even like the American bumpers, which, as you say, the car was designed to take them rather than add-ons. So it looks like part of the car, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I even quite like these circular headlights. It's just a pretty thing somehow.
Yeah.
I'm very taken with it.
Yeah, it's a very rare bird in the UK. It's the only one we know of, and blue-black metallic. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was
nice.
was that a proper colour?
It was, yeah. I think in the United States they called it black pearl.
Black pearl.
But blue-black we know it as anyway.
It looks nice with the chrome, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But I think Mercedes must have been the first company ever to make a diesel coupe, mustn't they? Because it just wasn't a thing at all, was it?
I think it's still unique, really. I don't know. I'm not sure if they still make a diesel coupe, not to this specification. It's a very high spec for the United States market. Air conditioning, cruise control, climate control, everything in it, really. Yeah.
So it was really the first diesel luxury car, wasn't it?
It was, really. Yeah. And it's hard to believe this engine in here now is the best part of 50 years old.
Yeah.
And, should we open the bonnet, have a quick look?
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll pop it back all the way, Martin, if you pop that catch down there. That's it. Let's have a proper look in there. Okay, 5 cylinders. Yeah, that's a rare bird on its own. It came up in, I think it was 72, 73, and with a massive Garrett Air Research turbo.
What was the idea of having 5 cylinders?
I think it's the size, really. 6 cylinders is monstrously heavy and it's cast iron, so it weighs a ton, this engine does.
Trying to keep the weight down.
Yeah. And the engine is 617A. It's actually a lot different to the ordinary 617 engine. It's got squish chambers under the cylinders to cool in the pistons. It's got a stronger crank. It's got a lot of things. If you put a turbo on a normal 300 engine, it would just blow up,
Right.
So this is a much meatier beast. It's got cruise control and as you can see, all the plethora of vacuum controls here for the climate system.
What's this big lump under it? That's not the turbo, is it?
Yeah, that's the turbo there.
Yeah, but there's a big lump under it.
Yeah, that's the manifold to take all the pressure in.
Okay.
I mean, they had these in the C111s, didn't they? It was a record breaking.
Developed, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean, the manifolds on the exhaust can glow red hot, and they're still capable of pushing out massive power. Yeah. I
don't know. Just over 100 mile an hour with it, or something like that.
I think a bit more than that. There's 125 brake horsepower, which was nothing in the 70s. That was quite a bit of power.
Yeah.
I had a gentleman from the United States rang me. His wife had driven one with the radiator leaking, and it completely seized up at the traffic lights, and the engine was glowing red hot. And they towed it in the next day, put water in it, started up and ran again because it's cast iron. It is bomb-proof.
It's literally bomb-proof. Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing for these to do 300,000-400,000 miles without any major interval service. Just normal oil changes every 4,000 or 5,000 miles, and many of them have done over 1 million miles. So, as an IC engine, an internal combustion engine, is this the best one in the world?
Right, for longevity, yeah, could be, couldn't it?
Wouldn't win many races.
If you're talking about being eco, it goes on forever. They don't have to make another one, do they?
Well, I think environmentally it's got a big plus now because everyone's keen for the environment, but do we throw everything away every 5-6 years or something like this has lasted 45 years and
it'll just go on forever, won't it?
Yeah, look at the economy of this thing. It's diesel powered, but with catalyzed exhausts and everything, it met all the American specifications, all the catalyzed, and so yeah, it did a lot going for it. It's heavy, I'll say that, but it's got longevity, and it belongs to an era when Daimler-Benz sort of put things to last, really, I suppose. And, you know,
yeah, they didn't know any other way of doing it, did they?
And the people who buy them and who still got them and who are interested in now, those sort of people. They don't want cheap things, you know. A bit like my father used to say to me, you know, I'm not rich enough to buy cheap things.
Hi, I'm Alex from W123 World. If you enjoyed our video, please click and subscribe to become a friend of W123 World. We have superb quality mugs for sale. First 50 mugs get a free 10mm Star Wars banner.